he's sort of sucking back a little bit. You know, check that you're not pulling, which, you know, I didn't think you were right there. Don't change your position, and make him answer your leg. So it goes back to simplifying the aids and discipline. Discipline not in the sense of being punitive, but discipline in obedience and promptness. Okay, so we're going to pick up the trot in position. I don't care how long it takes. Yes, that's fine. Now you just trot around. You don't need much bend in the neck because you're not on a tight circle. That's it. Yeah, so we don't want him to get too high and short in the neck because that makes him tight in the back. If you feel him slow down, you answer with your leg. You can also push with your hips a little bit. There you go. That's plenty. That's plenty, right? But also, he did raise his neck and get a little bit hollow. So that's where I might take my hands just a little bit. That's enough. That's enough. It's, yeah, remember, dressage is just a game of inches. Yeah, that's enough. Good. Now ride him forward. So that's very nice in the neck shape because he's not hollow in the back, nor is he too low. Now he just needs to go forward. So go up the wall. Keep your position. And you're really riding for a feeling in his back. That's how you're going to know that neck shape is right. If you're not sure, well, one, it can't be climbing up, you know, like it's right up into your face. And two, he can't be behind a vertical. But when his back is really nice, you also know that the neck is at the right height and that you're riding the neck out to your hand. Not that the neck physically gets longer, but that you are pushing him back. Okay, now down the wall, and let's check the. So now you keep your good position and discipline him to the leg. He's gonna just go off the leg. You're not gonna pull on any of the reins. You just push him to the contact. Good. Yeah. And so there you look fairly straight. There you picked up your right bend, of course, because you're leaving the wall. Now back on the wall again and check your straightness. That's a nice trot. Forward, forward, forward. Answer with the leg, answer with the leg. Yes. So when he pulls his head up and hollows his back, I know how hard that is to sit. It is very hard to sit. But what you do is you kick him forward. That's right. So that he goes back out to the hand. He's not allowed to jerk his head up and spit out a bit and drop his back. That's much straighter. Okay, now down here, make a 15-meter circle. So stay off the walls, about quarter line to quarter line. Forward, answer. Answer from the leg, please. Now, as you turn him, you keep both legs on him, especially your outside leg. Forward, and then we'll do our 15-meter circle down this end. So when you pass C, go to the next quarter line and then turn. That's a better trot. Don't let the right hand get too high. Now answer with your leg when he goes to pull his neck up and get hollow. Okay, 15-meter circle. So that was, go ahead and make it in the center of the arena, sorry. So what you're gonna do is go past C to the second quarter line, and then you're gonna turn. So you're centering your circle here. Push, 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 push. Now use both reins to turn him. Soften the inside rein a little, bring him around a bit more with the outside rein. So that's too much neck bend, look down. Here, stop for a second. So if your figures are a little bit awkward, then it's going to throw off his balance. You're trying to make your aids as smooth as you can. Okay, so sorry if I was confusing about my 15-meter circle. I think not everybody does them this way. Okay, so if you're in the center, and there's one quarter line, and there's one quarter line, right? So midline, quarter line wall. Then it's supposed to be 10 meters, quarter line to quarter line. So you could go just past that. So you want to think that you want to stay equidistant from the wall on this side and on this side. And it's a hard exercise really because you're trying to ride a great circle in free space. You're not allowed to use the wall and you're not really using the center line. So as you're turning, I want you to turn smoothly, like you're driving a car, right? You wouldn't drive a car and then all of a sudden make a sharp right half halt. So, and then try to think that you're, like his body is a cylinder, okay? It's like a barrel, and you're just cruising that barrel around the circle. And whatever his head is doing, you're not too worried about that. So this is an exercise in riding him from behind and controlling the amount of bend you have by not over bending the neck and oversteering, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna stand on the center line, so you're gonna go equidistant on this side and this side. Quarter lines are, more or less going to be about 15 meters in this arena. So even as you turn here, yes, turn him with both sides of your body. Good, good. So as you turn the horse, it's not that you're pulling him with the inside rein, it's that you're driving him up into the channel. So if I said, turn him with your outside rein, could you turn him right with your outside rein? I mean, you can use a tiny bit of, yeah, like that. Lovely, good. And so you still had a tiny bit of inside bend just by virtue of using your leg and slight adjustments with the inside rein. So the thing that's going to steady him is learning to ride him into both reins as you're driving with your seat. So once you get your seat under control, if the one hand gets a little bit, it just has a spastic moment, it throws everything off. So that's where you're studying riding him into both reins. Okay, so pick up your trot. See, now you're on a nice track with a circle. Okay, now think I'm going to turn him a little bit with my outside rein. There, lovely. And push ahead, push ahead, push ahead. Good. So that way nobody gets to obsess on one rein. Good, good. Forward. Then you're going to make him answer with your leg. That's a nice shape. Good. And that's a lovely circle. That's a little too much right bend. So now you've got to use your outside rein and drive him up into both reins with your driving aid. Too much inside rein, lower your hand. So did you feel his response? You lifted up the rein and then he raised his neck and dropped his back. So ride him more forward into both reins. Yeah, more forward, both reins. Outside leg, forward, 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 forward. There we go, that's lovely, very good. So usually we have one hand that really likes to take over, and for you, that seems to be your right hand. Everyone does it. Good, that's quite nice. Just keep disciplining that right hand. You've got to tell yourself, oh my gosh, I know that this right hand misbehaves. I just know it. So you start using your left hand a little more. Not literally using it more like harder, but I mean, give it more of a job. There you go. Yeah. That's a little bit better. Yeah, he's a little bit behind the vertical, but still I like that he's not hollow. I don't want you to ride this horse down, but I think his general tendency seems to be to get a little bit high and hollow. Oops, there goes that right rein. Okay, walk for a second. All right, go ahead and halt. So, as you're doing something simple like a circle, your horse is giving you feedback. So when you're going around and everything's really nice, and all of a sudden things come up and in, and the back, his neck comes up and his back goes down, often that's because of your right hand. So he just told you something, that your right hand unconsciously did this. So then you've got to put it down, and then because the rider momentarily overrode the front of the horse, you have to compensate now by getting the back end going again. Okay, so that's kind of like some of the thought process that's going to flip through your head as you're riding. It's like, oh, what the heck just happened? All of a sudden it was great. All of a sudden it said, whoop, and his back went down. Oh crap, it was my right hand again. Or you can just assume that it was. Just right hand down, and then because you touch the brakes, you're going to go forward. Okay? All right, so now let's go large and then change rein. So keep your really good position, shoulders back. Yes, you're not going to let him talk you into leaning forward. And he doesn't get to hollow his back when you put the driving aids on. Yeah, and then driving forward. Right away, you're a little bit conscious of your right hand because you know sometimes it gets in the way. And you ride your horse forward. Good. Yes. Watch the right hand. There you go. Okay, now up the wall. So now you get to use the right hand slightly to get there, but now you've got to put it down again and make it straight. And then go out, push with your back and feet. Close your leg. Make him go out to your hand. Now if he is hollow, and you probably know that feeling because the trot's going to get hard to sit. If he gets hollow in the back because he's lifted up his neck too high, you have to adjust it down. And I mean just slightly. There you go. Okay, so now you come through the corner, but now you've got to let go of those inside aids. The second that his head is out of the corner, you've got to go back to straightness and put him back into both reins. That's nice. That's very good. Yeah. And then if he does start going too low, You would ever so slightly give an upward half halt with both hands, but I don't want you to do that right now because it's way more important that he's not hollow in the back. That's very nice. That's good. Okay, forward. All right, now across the diagonal. So control your right hand, sit down, keep his back up. Yes, yes. Good, Kris. Yeah. Good. Do you feel the difference in the balance there? Yes. So that's really about when you want to ride more beautifully and have a smoother connection, it's about creating the balance and small adjustments. That's right. Okay, now you've got to let go of those inside aids. Not literally let go, but you've got to straighten him. He's got to come towards the other hand. Watch that your left hand doesn't go down too much. Yeah, that's a nice shape. Good. Shoulders back, shoulders back. Yeah, now adjust the neck and drive him on. Good. Yes, he's not allowed to do the periscope up trick. Yeah, adjust the neck down and drive him on. And soften the inside aid. Lower the right hand slightly. Yes. Okay, now we're going to circle here. So come across the center. And then I'm going to stand in the middle here, and you're going to go back to that same circle, the 15-meter circle where you stay off the walls. Right hand down. Right hand down. Now more forward. More forward. Good. Right hand down. Yeah, so this is where your core's got to get really strong so your hands can be a touch more independent. Go ahead and walk for just a second. Walk for just a second. Okay. So, you might know this already, but your default hand position is like this. Yeah. So, if you start feeling like there's a little wrestling in the bridle going on, the first thing I would do is just check this. Just check this, right? So your right hand just likes to go a little bit too high, left hand likes to go a little bit too low. Totally normal. Everybody does something like this. So, if you start feeling that wrestling, and you're getting way up here,